Welcome everybody to our live stream. So today we're asking, is there a way for humanity to put an end to all wars? And within this theme we are discussing topics like how could we collectively as humanity be responsible for ending all wars? And what does this mean on an individual level? And we will also discuss understanding our impact on everyone and everything. Please stick around till the end, as we will also provide a very unique recipe to stopping or ending all wars. Okay. Okay, if you're joining us in the live stream, we are discussing how to end all wars. What a very interesting topic. Right, so Emmanuel, that was our introduction. We would like to welcome all our viewers, and Emmanuel's going to set the scene for us. But just quickly before he does that, if our message with you resonates with you today, then please consider contributing in the chat. And then if you are watching the replay, also consider joining our membership as we go deeper into certain topics, especially in the sense of recognizing your purpose and living your meaning. Okay, over to you, Emmanuel.
Linda, thank you for that introduction and for bringing me into the studio. I noticed some issues, like I didn't hear the sound of the trailer. I'm also now hearing an echo, and the sound wasn't good per se until after the trailer. Is that just me, or is that a general, that Pia, do you also notice that the sound of the, okay, so it's a general thing. It's
Yes.
probably part of our software. Okay, thank you very much. Then let me start with this interesting topic.
Okay.
Thank you, Linda. The first thing I'd like to say is that if our content resonates with you, consider liking, sharing, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, and commenting even if you disagree. Now, our content is definitely not the type of content that you hear. We feel our content is unique and it's not necessarily going to resonate with you. And if it does, of course, we'd like to hear. And if it doesn't, we'd also like to hear. Linda, so I'm going to pass back to you for the agenda. Thank you.
Emmanuel, just give me a sec to get that up.
Okay, Linda, thank you. And while you do that, let me then start with the first part of our presentation today. So this is war news. Stop all wars forever start today. And I'd like you to consider for a moment that you might have certain reservations about this. If you have ever thought that you'd like to make a difference and you don't know how, we are going to show you very easily how you could make a difference. We've got two options for you in how to make a difference. So let's look at that first one. Stop wars. Wars need you. Start today. Now that might be controversial, and you might say, wait, a war does not need me. And if you stay tuned in, you're going to see what we mean by that. The statement that I have made for many years since starting my journey and recognizing what my life is about, I started saying this statement. Even if it takes 1,000,000 years, it is something that each and every one of us could contribute to. And let's say it's only Emmanuel. It could take until I die and I would not make the smallest impression. If anybody else joins me, let's say 2 people, then of course it's going to take a little bit less time, but we still won't be able to achieve it. If 3 people are willing to make a difference, it would probably still not be in our lifetime, and so on and so on. The fact of the matter is, if nobody starts, we are going to continuously have wars for as long as what humanity exists. Now, the recipe that we are going to show here today is based on this small significant principle. If none of us start, we're never going to solve it. If one person starts, maybe a small dent. If 2 people start, a bigger dent. If 3 people start, an even bigger dent, and so on and so forth. So that if in n number of years from now, we mobilize and we look at ways that we are going to discuss here today to stop all wars, you see that eventually we would build up a momentum. And the big difference about what I found in my journey up to here is that people, generally speaking, and I'm saying 99 to 100% of people, generally speaking, treat symptoms. And here we are going to show you about treating the root cause. And as a result of the root cause being addressed, we are going to be able to, in my lifetime, stop the momentum, even if it's just slowing it down, and thereby stop all wars. So that's that point. Then no one else is able to stop wars. It is up to you and me. It is up to each person. No one else. We can't say, oh, so and so must do it. Oh, this organization must do it. Oh, that organization must do it. That's never going to happen. Each one of us would be able to do it. Each one of us need the courage and be brave and have the brutal honesty, and we are going to be able to do it. And we are going to today cover how we are going to do that. Let's take today's presentation one small step at a time. Please view it like this. This is today. Humanity has lived for very, very many years. We don't know for how long. People speculate that for so many years humanity has been around and has lived here on planet Earth, and humanity at this stage does not know how to evolve inner peace. It does not know. That is an arrogant statement made by me, and we have got enough material so far that if you are really interested, either to say, Emmanuel, you are mistaken, peace evolution, you are mistaken, then that's fine. We could show you the material. We wouldn't mind discussing this topic with you. The other side of it is that here at Peace Evolution, we address the root cause, which means we are going to stop the war one person at a time, starting with me. It's as simple as that. And the idea is from my own reasoning, which we are going to show here at Peace Evolution, we figured out how to convey this message, and we are going to convey the message how one person at a time we are going to evolve inner peace with humanity. And let me break this down now, slowly, step by step. Let me ask the first question as you are listening to this, either now as the live stream or when the live stream goes into live replay mode, you're going to possibly be listening. Now, the question is this: does your life have meaning? There it says, does your life have meaning? So that's the first question. If you feel yes, then you are partly there. If the answer to that is no, like it was for me, the answer you are going to achieve here with Peace Evolution so that your life would have meaning. There's another question. Now, these questions are all questions that I had until I found those answers, not answers that I need to learn how to do something. It is answers that I found within myself. And if you are interested here at Peace Evolution, we are going to assist you to find those answers within yourself. So the next thing that I did was I realized I yearned for a different life. I also felt something is missing, and we are going to look at the detail of that here at Peace Evolution. There's another thing, because of my energy levels, I also often felt bored. Nothing interested me enough that it could be a way where I immersed myself in it. When we look at goals, a goal is easy to achieve. I want to buy a car. I need to do this. I need to do that. We are talking of something much bigger, and the getting bored is going to stop. The next question is your life unique to you as your fingerprint? If that is the case, then that's fabulous. If it's not the case, here we are going to assist you to find your life, for you to recognize that your life is as unique to you as your fingerprint. Are you living your uniqueness? Where it started for me is I said, oh, I see, everybody has got this pattern in their life. They basically get up, they do the needful, they go to work, they do the needful, they go to bed, they start the next day, etc. That cycle goes on, and the whole thing is about making money and then to do stuff with money. And I saw that as a pattern, and that did not resonate with me. I saw no meaning in that. What I now realize is that I'm still doing all those things, but now the car's meaning is its transport. It's nothing more. Doing anything I do it for the basic value of that. But the difference is now, because of recognizing my meaning, I bring my meaning to whatever I do. I don't extract meaning from what I do, and therein lies uniqueness. Let's take it to the next one, where we say, if you look at that at the bottom there, creating the perfect balance between mind and body is the path of your unique life, not to your unique life, but of your unique life. And so the last point in this section is then, and you evolve inner peace. So I have now covered a few points as to pointing to certain things that's already happening in your life. And if this topic of war news, stop all wars forever start today, resonates with you, and those points that I just mentioned now resonate with you, hold on. As we unfold here today, we are going to show you how we could put all of that together. And then out of that comes us, as it says there at the bottom ticker that runs across the screen. And you evolve inner peace all at the same time. So, Linda, this concludes this section. Before you add the agenda, any questions for me?
No, Manuel, just a comment. So the way you've set the scene now, you are basically saying that each of us have uniqueness, and that is giving us a glimpse into how we can stop all wars. And I know that you're going to unravel the rest as we go on. But I would like our viewers to just keep that in mind as we progress.
Yeah, Linda, I'd just like to small caveat on what you said. Is I'm saying what you're saying, but let's just go one step behind it. Let's look behind what is written behind the page that we are not seeing. And that is, I'm saying, if up to now we have this, let's say, yearning for a different life, and stop all wars resonates with you, what we are going to cover today, that you might want to stop all wars, and you already see that in your life you yearn for a different life, and we are going to bring that together, because I'm saying, why would the one have resonated with you if you wouldn't want to, if you didn't find it interesting? And if you do find it interesting, let's stop the yearning for a different life. Okay, so I just added a small caveat to what you were saying. So it's very exciting, actually, the
Yes.
somber topic of that there are wars and people are dying and children are being abducted and children are dying and there's devastation in mass.
Yeah.
But there is a solution, and that solution creates the excitement.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, Linda? Otherwise, please show us the agenda for today. Thank you. Okay, so we covered topic number 1, war news. Stop all wars forever start today. The next section we're going to cover is why recognize your uniqueness. What is the significance of recognizing your uniqueness? Then why shift to your uniqueness? Now, once you've recognized it, then why shift to it? And then we are going to present to you Peace Evolution's recipe. And then the exciting part starts. Stop all wars we are going to share with you option A, which is as guided by Peace Evolution. We have a free version for you. We also have a paid version for you. The free version would be if you're a do-it-yourselfer, that's fine. If you are saying, wait, this do-it-yourself, this free version is taking too slow, if you're anything like myself, you're going to say, no, it's taking too slow. Then we have a paid version or paid versions. So that is option A, where you could work with the material and then recognize your uniqueness and unfold your life into, very simplistically put, I'm oversimplifying it, stopping all wars. Now, the second option, that option B, is you could find that this resonates with you. We are going to touch on it just superficially. We have got material where you could watch a whole video where we explain what Peace Evolution is about, what its business model is, what its financial model is, and then also there is the possibility that you join Peace Evolution, and those are two options. You do it yourself as a free or a paid, or you join us and we see it as a group of like-minded people collaborating, bringing our skills, bringing our talents and our temperaments, and therefore we are able to work together to collaborate. And the sure thing about that, I have zero doubts, absolutely zero doubts, is that wars would be stopped, all of them. Not only the current war, preventing all future wars. So the wars are there now. It is something that we would all dearly want to stop. And if we don't do anything about it, there would be wars every so many years. Every so often there would be wars. We've got a recipe here that says we could stop all wars to never occur again. If that excites you, stay on. Linda, then thank you for that agenda. Let's jump on to the next part where we are going to look at. Oh, just a moment, just a moment, just a moment. Okay. This topic is why recognize your uniqueness. Here's the reason why. It's not the only reason, but here's the reason why and some of the reasons. When you look at updates from Ukraine as an example, you are going to say, I need to somehow get involved. I would want to get involved. And how could I get involved? One of the ways is there are many, many people involved in all sorts of ways. And then let's have a look at this. That is somehow to assist. Let me use a simple example that I like using. Let us say I was in the war and there was no medical assistance for if I got hurt. So I would want there to be medical practitioners, first aid, any form of assisting me while I am now hurt in the war. So that would be some way of how you could definitely get involved and assist with a war. The other side of it is, or why don't we look at how we could stop wars from occurring to never even start? That's what we are about. So there is update from Ukraine, then update from Israel, the same thing. There are many ways to assist with that war, but let's rather look at, or in addition, let's look at stopping all wars. Update from Gaza. You all watch the news, you would see that many people are getting hurt. I would personally want to do something about it. And instead of saying, what can I do? What could one person do? We are taking it to a different level where we say, yes, one person is able to do something about it. If we look at update from Palestine, these are all updates that we regularly could get every single day in the news, um, on the internet. In many ways, there are ways of getting updates. We could also find material where people are asking about the war in Palestine, the war in Israel, the war in Ukraine. So these are wars going on, and there is something we could do about that, either to somehow offer our services. As I mentioned, I would want a doctor if I was there and I was hurt. I would want there to be doctors, and I'm just giving examples. The other side of it is that let's see if there's an answer to stop wars from occurring. There's also lots of information about the Kyiv war, how people are addressing different ways of stopping the war and also the bombardment in Kyiv that has been almost successfully stopped. If we look at people at the moment thinking about, could what's happening now be the start of World War III? And then if that isn't enough, there was the World War I and the World War II. And it was devastating. Very many people got hurt during that time. Very many people lost their lives. Many families were disrupted and disbanded, and family members were lost in the war. And then if we look during the Roman period, so here is something I'd like to share. On the world stage, what's happening now is we've got, and I'm not a politician and I'm not an historian, but these are from the areas of my interest. When I look at humanity overall, I say, why is it that during the Roman Empire, they were all powerful, they eventually fell? I ask this, all the major empires that existed, they eventually fell. I'm saying we have the answer of why those things happen. And at the moment, what's going on is there are people that say, this is a way, there is another way, and we don't want one person's or one type of dominance across the world, like the different rulers and the different underlying reasons why they are rulers and the different dynamics that are at play. I'm saying something that says, what about the individual? Is the individual fully immersed in his or her unique life? And if you're interested in that, this is where we are going to talk about it. If you look at superpowers, I mentioned some of the superpowers. We know what the superpowers are today. And those superpowers all have leaders, and you have organizations to attempt to stop these wars from happening, to say, if I am a big enough threat, a warring leader might think twice to start any war. Now, at the heart of that, there are so many things that point out to us treating symptoms. Here at Peace Evolution, we are going to show you how we address the root cause. Now, if you look at the president of Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky, he is on the world stage daily attempting to save his people. Other people are assisting in all sorts of ways, and you have a notion of the war has now started, and the war has to take its course, and whoever gets hurt, whatever happens, all the destruction that's taking place needs some solution, and everything that is happening right now around those wars, everything is only about treating symptoms. We at Peace Evolution, we are lifting the message much, much higher. If the treating of the symptom is right here on planet Earth, we are not even looking as high as from Mars. We are looking further to the ends of the universe. That's the difference in the message between treating the symptom and addressing the root cause. Now we have that solution here. We somehow are, with every way we are able to, we are bringing that message. Let us stop all the hurt that's going on, all the destruction that's going on. How? There's a very simple solution, and we are covering that. If you look at the other president also on the world stage now, President Vladimir Putin, he is also on the big stage. He is also part and parcel of finding himself in a position that even if he wanted to, he wouldn't know how to get himself out of that position. And here at Peace Evolution, we have ways, one way, only one way, not ways, one way, where he would not have put himself in that position if he knew of this way. If we take it further, there is the president of Russia, who I just mentioned now. There is also the president of Ukraine. All of them are part and parcel of what's going on now on the world stage, all looking for ways of getting out of the chaos, from the one wanting to not be attacked, from the other one wanting to be attacked, so that they achieve their goals. We are saying any one of those goals are symptomatic of a deeper, I'm just going to for now say something much, much deeper. We would like to expose that much, much deeper to everyone who is interested in Peace Evolution's recipe. Linda, so I came to the end of that section. Why recognize your uniqueness? So I gave examples of what is going on now. Now, if we are able and willing to, and we have the courage to recognize our uniqueness, we could play a significant role, Linda, and it's important that the role starts with the individual's uniqueness. Any points from your side, Linda? Any questions?
So, Manuel, you're saying once in each of us have recognized our uniqueness, we would then be able to address the root cause of ending all wars.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I'm saying, Linda.
Okay,
Linda,
fantastic.
so just to reiterate, a group of us cannot, while treating the symptom, even if we're a million people, address this. It's not possible. If the million people are addressing, or if even 10 or 100 or 1,000 start by addressing the root cause, then it is possible.
Okay.
Okay. Linda,
Thanks
so
for
just before we jump,
reiterating that point.
thank you too. Linda, anything from your side? Otherwise, I would just like to um, do some paying of the bills.
That's perfect. And then should I bring the agenda back when you're done, Emmanuel?
Okay, thank you. So, if the content resonates with you, and I'm now speaking to all viewers, um, and you on YouTube, consider liking, sharing, subscribing, ringing the notification bell to get notified, and comment, even if you disagree. So we'd like to hear from you anything that you have on your mind. And if it resonates with you and you are subscribed and you like the video, you of course would get notified automatically each time we release new content. If if you are listening to the live stream, then if this message resonates with you, consider supporting our channel with super chats. And if that happens, we are certainly going to give you a shout out and also thank you for that support. If this is the replay of the live stream and you feel this message resonates with you, consider supporting our channel with super thanks, and thank you for that. We also have, as you see there on this, oh, there's the super thanks. And there is we also created membership on YouTube where we discuss and have an array of perks of conveying these messages in either the Q&A session as we also have, or through videos like this, or where we have direct Q&A where people could ask us questions. We are going to touch on that in section 5 of today's presentation. Thank you, Linda. We are ready. I'm ready for the agenda. Thank you. So we covered point number 1. We covered point number 2. Now, why shift to your uniqueness? Let's see what that is about. Why shift to your uniqueness? So here we are. Now, I'm assuming, and here at Peace Evolution, we are assuming that if the title resonated with you, you are here for that reason. And we are then saying, if you resonate with it, and we have the solution, and you would like to shift to your uniqueness, look at the points that we are now looking at that you would be seeing today in all news media that is available. Something about the Israel Prime Minister. His name is, and let's see if I'm able to pronounce it, Benjamin Netanyahu. He is the Prime Minister of Israel. You're going to also have seen and heard of, undoubtedly, Adolf Hitler. And if he was aware of peace evolution and he got to hear about it, and if he had the courage and the brutal honesty, he would not have started that war. That's how certain we are about our recipe. And there was also the World War II, which people are still talking about, and it's many, many years ago. People are now feeling that World War III is on the brink every 2 minutes. And I'm exaggerating when I say every 2 minutes, but every so often people ask about World War III. Is this maybe the start of it? There are peace talks as we speak. There are peace talks going on. As we speak, there are peace initiatives and also some groupings who have a peace initiative. And the talk is about the Palestinian war, and the talk is about the Israeli-Hamas war updates. That's what you are going to find in many, many of the news media that is covering the war. You would also find information about Israel-Palestine conflict news. Now, please keep in mind, we are raising these points is if this material resonates with you, if our video resonates with you, if our message resonates with you, then that could be one of the reasons why you would want to shift to your uniqueness. There is also Israel-Hamas war news updates. People are talking about, is there something that we could do to give Putin an off-ramp from the war to save face? There are the talks of the fall of the Soviet Union, which happened now almost 3 decades ago. And it's 3 decades ago. And people are still talking about that and all the devastation that occurred to eventually result in the fall of the Soviet Union. Then you would be finding information about the Russian Republic or the Republic of Russia. You would also have heard or have read about, or it might have piqued your interest, the Austrian-born German politician Adolf Hitler. So these are all things that is uppermost in our news, and is that a reason why you would shift to your uniqueness? And we are making the assumption that if you are listening to our video, if you are listening to our message, that there might be inspiration, that the topic resonates with you, and consequent to that, yes, this might be the reason to shift to your uniqueness. Linda, thank you. So I've come to the end of section 3. Any questions, any points that you want to raise, that you feel I need to elaborate on, something that I went over too quickly or too slowly?
No, Emmanuel, I think we really covered a lot of the ongoing wars and conflict, those are the things that you are speaking about and that's top of mind for a lot of people. And in that, we are saying here are things that could possibly bring you to a place where you could shift to your uniqueness. So yeah, very, very relevant, all the main sort of points that you said now.
Yes, Linda, and of course, the what's now on my shoulders is, am I going to be able to draw the distinction, the parallel between the topic, what we are talking about, and how shifting to our uniqueness could solve all wars? Isn't that fascinating? Or are we a little
Very
berserk
fascinating.
of thinking that that's possible?
Well, that's up to our viewers to decide, so they are welcome to leave a comment on that. But yes, please, let's continue to quickly see where we're at with the agenda.
Right. So we just covered why shift to your uniqueness. So I'm slowly setting the scene. So first of all, war news. Stop all wars forever. Start today was our first point. Our second point is why recognize your uniqueness. So we said those are the things that would be part of why recognize your uniqueness. Then we just covered different things of why shift to your uniqueness. Now we want to show you the peace evolution recipe. So right there in the beginning, I mentioned that we are breaking this down step by step by step, one slow intentional step at a time. Now let's have a look at point 4, peace evolution's recipe. So here we are starting. Righty. So peace evolution's recipe, look at the ticker there. Base your life on liking what you do. So we are now busy with the shift. Recognize liking what you do. How do you recognize liking what you do? And this is not about, there was a time when I thought if I had enough money, I could do what I want. And I thought that is what my life was about, having enough money to do whatever tickled my fancy. To then discover that doing what I want and liking what I do are two different things, hugely different things. And here we talk of liking what you do. And now the thing is, we say, how do you recognize liking what you do? Here's a hint. It starts with recognizing your uniqueness as unique to you as your fingerprint. We are not talking of somebody creating something and then people following that somebody. No, each of us is unique. Each of us starts with recognizing our uniqueness, whatever that uniqueness is. And that is what we base it on. Part of this is then also you recognize your purpose. Without recognizing your purpose, you would not be able to see what it is that you like doing, which is very different from doing what I want. Now let's stand for a moment on this point. You recognize you are the source of your life. You wouldn't be unique as your fingerprint and not be the source of your life. Money is not the source of your life. Anything that you find externally to you is not the source of your life. Your standards and norms, if you put those together and you start breaking it down, you're going to see that's not the source of your life. Nothing other than you is the source of your life. So you are going to have the opportunity to recognize you are the source of your life. From all of what I've now said, is you are then able to craft your vision. And from your vision, you would be living your unique life. And you would recognize nothing feels missing. We mentioned there in the beginning about something feeling missing. You would also stop yearning for a different life. And it's simple as this. Before you see this uniqueness and start living the uniqueness, and what I discovered is I was not present in my life. And that is why I felt something was missing. That is why I yearned for a different life. I was not present in my own life. And because we have now recognized our purpose and our uniqueness and crafted our vision, and we are now living that, the yearning for a different life stops. We also see that our life has meaning. You live a life of meaning. And then at the end of it, of this particular point of the peace evolution recipe, you balance your lifestyle and liking what you do. So it is not something that I do. In fact, it is something that I am. I live this life based on liking what I do. And that is not something that I actually do. It's something that I bring my meaning to what I do. So it's not something specific that I do, but it is bringing my meaning to whatever it is that I do. It is an outflow of myself, as opposed to that I do to extract from what I do. And therein lies the difference. Linda, so that is the end of this particular part, number 4, the peace evolution recipe. Do you have anything that you'd like to add or ask about?
I just want to add a comment. I really liked how you put it. It's not something I do, it's something that I am, and about bringing my meaning to whatever I do. I think that's a very beautiful way of summing up our uniqueness. So, thank you for sharing that, Samuel.
My privilege, Linda, and I acknowledge you for picking up such an interesting point.
For sure. Not a problem. Okay.
So what we've now covered is point number 4, peace evolution's recipe. Now let's say, looking at stop all wars, let's have a look at option A as guided by peace evolution, either the free or the paid way of doing it. So the next thing that I'd like to now show is stop all wars. The option that I mentioned is option A as guided by peace evolution. Either you are able to do it for free or using the paid version. Now, this is for the do-it-yourselfer, the person who would like, let's say, to take a course and to learn through that course. I would just like to say that all our paid versions, we are closely involved, and in our paid versions, we have regular support sessions in the form of Q&A sessions. and you would be able to take part in those Q&A sessions, and you could come with your burning questions. Emmanuel always likes to ask many, many questions. If you are anything like that, you could then ask the question. So let's have a look at this. First step is how do you recognize your uniqueness? The next one is balance your lifestyle with liking what you do. This is all part and parcel now of option A. The next point is you follow our YouTube channel, and in our YouTube channel we have enough material where you could follow along and at your own pace listen to the videos, and we cover all the topics around how you would be able to recognize your uniqueness. You could also follow our YouTube related playlist that is just about recognizing your uniqueness. So out of the many, many videos we have, we put together a playlist, and you are then able to not necessarily listen to all our videos, but you could focus on those videos. You could also, side by side with that, or only, you could purchase the ebook Life Can Be Different Conception, which covers the journey of my life. What I did was, as my life was unfolding, I sat down and then over a period, I wrote all my experiences, my journey of how I walked down paths to then reverse and walk back those paths, because I found eventually that it was about treating symptoms. So I cover throughout that book the things that I found that assisted me on my journey. And the idea is that this is not a trivial matter. You could, just as an example, one of my paths took me approximately, I'm just going to say roughly 10 years, where I walked a path to only realize after all that time it was not. It was not. It was that the circumstances were conducive, and therefore I felt my life had meaning. But it was not that I was bringing my meaning to what I was doing. The circumstances were just conducive that I felt, oh, this is what I'm about. The other thing I also found is that when we participate in something that's interesting, and we participate and we participate and we participate, that we are on a high of the interestingness of the particular topic, but it doesn't take us to the root cause. It's just taking us on a path where the excitement, which would eventually wear off, was treating the symptom and not the root cause. So in that book, the purpose of the book was, could I write it in such a way to reflect and to share the different ways and reasoning how I got to certain things, so that whoever follows that book does not need to take as long as what it took me. You could also subscribe to our First Choice Life membership. There we are. We have membership 4 levels, and you could subscribe to that. And you would notice there on the ticker, we talk about the First Choice Life membership. Now, we did a video where we discussed the first choice and the second choice and how we perpetuate the second choice life. And we are able to, through our membership, we are able to share that information with you, and also take you step by step through different Q&A sessions, where our facilitation is where you would recognize your purpose, up to balancing making money and liking what you do. Look at it like this: you are walking a path, your current path, and you see, oh, but I'm yearning for a different life. You then say, oh, wait, I am interested to recognize my purpose. You then recognize your purpose, and now you want to shift to the life of how your purpose is viewed in your mind's eye, and the vision that you've crafted. And now you say, oh, but wait, my needs have changed completely. And I would like to do that on a full-time basis, but you have maybe got lots and lots of debt. You might have a lifestyle that does not serve you. Now we then say, let's balance all of that with liking what you do. And our membership takes you from, as I mentioned there, from recognizing your purpose up to and including balancing making money and liking what you do. And then what you recognize is that nothing feels missing. You stop yearning for a different life because it just isn't there anymore. And you have a life of meaning, you live a life of meaning, and also you evolve in a peace. Now, this is the thread all the way from the story Stop All Wars. Now, if it's not clear yet, let me just sum up. While we are living the life which is not unique to us as our fingerprint, while we are living our life which is not based on recognizing our purpose, while we are living our life that is not based on liking what you do, we are indirectly participating in a life that is not conducive to humanity's inner peace. It starts with, if all those things that I just mentioned is present in my life, I don't have inner peace. So in Peace Evolution, we show you and we facilitate you to evolve to get to that point of your own inner peace. And because you arrive there automatically, you are then living from your inner peace. And with that inner peace that you are living, it becomes automatically, you have no choice in the matter. Automatically, it is part and parcel of evolving inner peace with humanity. What I said there in the beginning is, how could one person make a difference? How could, if it starts with me, just Emmanuel on my own, how could I make a difference? I'm not even going to start. But if I do, I might get to a point where somebody else says, oh, I'm also interested in this. It might evolve further where 2 or 3 or 4 people, eventually maybe 10 people, eventually maybe 100 people. And that is how we are eventually going to evolve inner peace with humanity, one person at a time. And of course, we say somewhere else in our material, if you have the courage and the brutal honesty, you would see it's time for me in my life now to recognize my uniqueness and to then live that uniqueness. And that is what our recipe is about. And that brings me to the end of this point on the agenda. So, Linde, anything from your side?
So I would just like to mention to our viewers that is quite a lot that Emmanuel took us through now, in the sense of how we could assist you in recognizing your uniqueness. So we have on the replay, you'll see there's a bunch of links in the description that you can follow, or you could just simply comment, and then we will get in touch with you if you want to get involved or immerse yourself in any of those offerings. Okay.
Thank you, Linde. Linde, so now we're at the very last one. If there's nothing else, let us then look at the agenda. Now let's look at option B, join peace evolution. Shall I jump into that straight away? Now, when we look at, we are now exploring that you may be interested in the message resonates with you and you say, oh, wait, I would like to be part of peace evolution. And this is now the journey. You join peace evolution as a collaborative partner. So we are all collaborative partners. We collaborate with each other. We are like-minded people collaborating with each other. Our vision is that everyone collaborating with peace evolution lives their vision based on their uniqueness. So it's different to a conventional company. It is, this organization works on its vision, is that each person collaborating with it, in other words, all the people that are part and parcel of peace evolution, that they live their vision, their uniqueness. Now look at what we say there. You, with joining us, you are part and parcel of the lifeblood of peace evolution. You are not an employee, you are part and parcel of peace evolution. You have an equal say in everything that we do. When we look at that particular point there, we say a collaborative partners join peace evolution to express themselves while evolving inner peace with humanity. Now you can say, but I don't understand anything of what you're saying. Or I understand just enough to think that I might be interested, but I don't really fully understand all of this. Not to worry. We are going to give you many, many opportunities to get to understand all the nuances, all the different things. Peace Evolution is not a regular company. It is for humanity, by humanity, to evolve inner peace with humanity. It is as simple as that. So we are going to show you step by step how peace evolution fits together. Collaborative partners are balancing liking what they do with making money. Collaborative partners run peace evolution based on a business model, which is documented, a financial model, which is documented, and governance, which is documented. Collaborative partners are autonomous within the governance. And we have a video where we explain each and every step. We have lots of material where we explain each and every point that I just now touched on. Collaborative partners share the earnings equally. Nobody here earns more than another person within our governance, our financial model, and our business model. We share the earnings equally. As it says there, earnings, T's and C's, and governance apply. And we also undertake each person joining Peace Evolution as a collaborative partner undertakes formal collaborative partner onboarding digital course. And that concludes finally all 6 sessions of all 6 focus points on the agenda. And are there any questions, Linda? We said so much. We've got hours and hours and hours of material explaining all of this. And to balance now, how much do we say or how little do we say so that we don't sit here for too many hours? And of course, the different material that we have made up to now describes in detail, less or more, all the different points that we covered. And this is really just taking the person from stop all wars through a process where we now presented that there are 2 options. The one is the do-it-yourself option, and the other one is you could join Peace Evolution, and whatever your skills and your talent and your temperament is, we have got a space for you. We of course go through a rigorous process to make sure that we are a fit for you and that you are a fit for us. Linda, anything that you want to add?
Yes, for our viewers, there's actually 2 videos that I would like to recommend. The one is, let me just bring it up, called Are You What You Do, or Do You Do What You Are? That's the one. And the other one that also talks extensively about what we shared today, in the sense of our collaborative partner opportunities, want to make a difference and don't know how. So go and have a look at those 2 videos, which elaborates and expands a little bit more on what Emmanuel just shared with us. I think you guys would really enjoy that. But yes, that's all from us, I think, for today. And Emmanuel, thank you so much. I would say quite a heavy topic, but you definitely brought some light to it, and very interested to hear what our viewers have to say about that. Definitely. Okay.
Yeah. Linda, thank you also for your contribution today and for
100%.
highlighting the different points and the videos, etc.
100%. Okay, folks, take care, and until next time.